If you are an HBAR holder, you have been a patient person. You've been living an uncomfortable truth. You see the constant updates, the massive partnerships, the network growing, and yet you're still waiting for the price action. You're watching meme coins with no real purpose surge 100x while you hold a foundational piece of the digital future. It's frustrating. I get it. I felt that same burn. My name is Casper, and I am an HBAR holder, just like you. I'm not some faceless analyst. I'm right here in the trenches with you. And while you've been waiting, a political bombshell just dropped that most of the crypto world is completely ignoring. A secret trigger that could unleash the biggest bull run in Hedera history. This isn't some generic hopium or a simple technical analysis. I'm talking about a move by a political leader that will directly change the flow of trillions of dollars. This is the moment the quiet patience of Hedera HBAR holders is finally rewarded. I'm going to show you exactly why this news is not just a headline, but the one thing that will decide the future of your HBAR portfolio. If you are a serious investor who wants to finally win this game, hit the like button, subscribe, and type interested in the comments. I'll give your comment a heart, and will tell the algorithm that this is the kind of content the real builders want to see. This is the ultimate correlation between Wall Street, Washington, and your crypto wallet. We've all been there. You feel like you're the last one to be invited to the party. We've been hearing about alt season for so long that it's starting to sound like a joke. It's like waiting for winter to come in Game of Thrones. We just keep waiting and waiting. We've been in a crypto cycle, a sequence of events that every single serious crypto trader needs to understand. First, there's the Bitcoin phase, where the digital gold gets all the glory. Then comes the Ethereum phase, where the foundation of DeFi and NFTs has its moment. And then, finally, a moment that changes everything. The crucial question that will change your perspective forever is this. We've had the Bitcoin phase and the Ethereum phase, but what is the third phase, the one where our altcoins, especially HBAR, will make their explosive move? The answer is tied to a powerful macroeconomic force that is forming right now, but it's a force most people are overlooking, because they're too busy staring at the price of Dogecoin. Let's get straight to the point. The secret trigger is the new appointment to the Federal Reserve Board of Governors, Stephen Miron. Now I know what you're thinking, Casper, what does a Fed nominee have to do with my HBAR? Is this some kind of conspiracy theory? No. This is a masterclass in how global finance works, and I'm going to educate you on a hidden truth. The Fed controls U.S. monetary policy. They raise or lower interest rates. A hawkish Fed raises rates, making it more expensive to borrow and less attractive to invest in risky assets like crypto. A dovish Fed lowers rates, making cash less valuable and pushing capital into riskier, high-growth investments. For years, the market has been suffocating under a hawkish Fed. But here's the game changer. Stephen Miron is widely considered to be a dovish voice. He is a top economic aide to the president, and his philosophy aligns with an administration that wants to see lower interest rates and a weaker dollar to make U.S. exports more competitive. This isn't just a political appointment, it's a statement. It's a signal to Wall Street that the era of tight money is coming to an end. This is the new tide. This is the macro environment that HBAR has been waiting for. The political bombshell is a secret signal to those who understand its true meaning. The headwinds are gone. The tailwinds are here. So while other crypto projects are still flailing against a hostile economic environment, Hedera is about to get a powerful push from the highest levels of U.S. financial policy. But here's where things get even more interesting. This macro shift is just one side of the story. The other side is a hidden technical advantage that no other crypto project has. An advantage so profound, it could solve the one problem every other altcoin is still grappling with. What is this hidden advantage? It's the core of what makes our technology fundamentally different and superior. Other blockchains, like Bitcoin and Ethereum, are like a single-lane highway during rush hour. Every car has to wait in a line, one after another. If a traffic jam happens, like with network congestion or a massive NFT mint, everything slows to a crawl, and the fees skyrocket. This is their core flaw. It's why they can't handle true mass adoption. But Hedera Hashgraph is different. Our technology is not a single highway, it's a decentralized many-lane superhighway where information travels in a web. It's a gossip about gossip protocol. Instead of waiting for a single block to be validated, all the nodes are talking to each other simultaneously, agreeing on a consensus instantly. This is how we achieve what's called asynchronous Byzantine fault tolerance, or ABFT. Don't worry about the term. Just know it means we have the highest level of security possible. This is why we have predictable transaction fees that are a fraction of a cent, and it's why we can process thousands of transactions per second. Our tech is built for speed, security, and scalability from the ground up, and it's why the biggest companies in the world are flocking to our network. You'll hear critics argue that this makes it too centralized. But that's an argument born of ignorance. They confuse a well-governed, distributed network with a truly centralized system. The Hedera Council is a rotating group of global giants, ensuring no single entity has control. That is the definition of distributed governance. So with all this technology, all this institutional support, and this new political tailwind, why isn't the price of HBAR $1 yet? The answer is tied to a brutal truth that every Hedera HBAR holder needs to confront right now, before it's too late. Here is the brutal truth. The price of HBAR is not a reflection of the network's success. It's a reflection of the current stage of the market cycle. The waiting you are feeling, that frustration you have, is a common emotion in this market. The big players don't move fast. They are not chasing the daily pumps like we are. They are the supertankers, not the speedboats. They are building the infrastructure, they are testing the tech, they are signing the partnerships, and they are doing it all quietly, away from the hype. This is the beauty of a pre-institutionalized market. The illiquidity you see is a feature, not a bug. It's a coiled spring. When the multi-trillion-dollar institutional money finally moves, it's not going to be a slow trickle, it's going to be a tidal wave. And it's going to hit an ecosystem with so little supply available for the demand that the price will have nowhere to go but up. This is the moment. This is the opportunity. This is why you are still here, and this is why you haven't sold yet. Your patience is a sign of your intelligence. But what is the exact trigger? The political trigger is in place. But what is the final event that will open the floodgates and release this tidal wave of institutional capital? It all comes down to a historic shift happening in U.S. financial regulations that will change everything. For years, the U.S. has been a confusing mess of crypto regulation. But that era is officially over. A new administration is clearing the path for compliant digital assets. This isn't a rumor, it's a fact. The U.S. wants to be a leader in this space, and they are now clearing the path for the biggest players to enter. And guess which project is uniquely positioned to dominate this new compliant landscape? That's right, Hedera Hashgraph. The Hedera Council, with its global Fortune 500 members, is the perfect partner for governments and major corporations looking to build in this new, regulated environment. This is the final piece of the puzzle. The technology is perfect. The institutional interest is proven. The market is setting up the bullish structure. And now, the regulatory environment is finally greenlit. This is why the phrase "how bar holders will make millions" is not a catchy title. It's the logical conclusion of a master plan that has been unfolding for years. But here's the burning question every single HBAR holder needs to ask right now. The big money isn't just going into the native token itself. It's going into the ecosystem. So how do you position yourself to capture all of that value, not just some of it? This is where the true wealth is created. The money is going to flow on-chain, but the mistake most people make is thinking all the value will be in HBAR itself. No, that's just the first layer. The real wealth will be created in the applications and services built on top of the Hedera network. Think of it like the early days of the internet. The protocols were a foundational innovation, but the true wealth was created by the companies that built on them: Amazon, Google, Facebook. Hedera is the internet of trust, and we're just at the beginning. That's why projects like Origin are so important. They are the new Amazons and Googles of the Hedera Hashgraph ecosystem. They are the future, and they are rewarding early believers. We're already a top squad on Origin, and just one video got us there. This is a real-world case study of the insane opportunity that's presenting itself every single day. This is how you position yourself for generational wealth. So if the capital is coming, and the ecosystem is being built, what does this actually mean for the price of HBAR? This is the moment of truth. This is where everything we've talked about comes together. This is the moment of clarity, the final revelation that will empower you. The market cap of Hedera will not be driven by crypto investors alone. It will be driven by the multi-trillion-dollar companies on the council using the network. When Hedera reaches a point of mass, institutional adoption, the price of HBAR will no longer be determined by retail FUD or meme coin hype. It will be determined by the sheer demand for the network's utility. Think of it like a highway toll. If trillions of dollars of value are flowing through this highway, and every single transaction requires a small fraction of HBAR, the price has to go up. It's simple supply and demand on an unprecedented scale. The institutions aren't here for a quick buck. They're here to build the next generation of finance. And you, as a Hedera HBAR holder, got here before them. You came here with a question, but you are leaving with a new understanding. You came looking for a quick fix, but you are leaving with a blueprint for true wealth. You are no longer just a crypto holder, you are now an enlightened investor. You have seen past the noise of the casino and the tricks of the grifters. You now have the knowledge to see what others cannot. But your journey toward financial bliss is not complete. The next stage requires a deeper understanding of the specific players in this game.